Right, well, hello and welcome to our true crime discussion today. I'm Maya, your host, and our guest today is Jacob. Jacob, would you like to say hi?
Hello.
So we're going to discuss the case of Ronald Cotton and Jennifer Thompson, which is from 1984. And we're going to discuss it through the lens of their co-authored book, Picking Cotton. Which describes the wrongful conviction of Ronald Cotton and the flaws throughout the trial, as well as with eyewitness testimony, with other procedural errors that were made throughout the time of the conviction. We'll come to find out how important concept development and reforms truly are in the justice system in reflection of the crime. So the crime that we're going to talk about, it occurred in July 29th in 1984, where Jennifer Thompson, one of the co-authors, she was 22 years old, a college student, and was living in Burlington, North Carolina. And she was held at knife point and raped in her apartment on this night. The attacker had broken into her apartment and, while she was sleeping, and took advantage of the situation.
Wow, that is really scary.
Yeah,
I need to get more locks on my doors.
you and me both. But yeah, so Jennifer explains this whole experience in her book, that she wrote with Cotton, obviously. And she emphasized that she intentionally tried her best to focus on the attacker's face, in hopes that she would survive the encounter and would be able to then identify him. So it's kind of important to note that because a lot of times when these types of events occur, the trauma kind of blocks everything out, and people don't even remember to do those survival instincts, like think of his face or just focusing on surviving. So even though she did intentionally do so, it's important to remember that when we're talking about the rest of this crime and how it played out in the investigation. Um, so there's that.
Understood.
So what I wanted so what was added to this case and partially why Cotton was convicted was because there was also a second victim that was in a similar situation as Jennifer on the same night in the same neighborhood, who later testified, which we'll see in the second trial. And this was within hours of Thompson's rape. So it's very important.